Hi, everybody. We here at McStabber Studios appreciate you tuning in to see our tabletop RPG streams. Some of the content of our streams may be a bit mature and cause emotional responses in viewers. We really take the well-being of our viewers very seriously, and we want you to do what you need to if something triggers you. Mute the stream, take a break, or just skip an episode. Otherwise, if you decide to stay tuned in, we are available in chat during the streams to talk you through it if you need that. Thank you so much, and we hope you enjoy this game session.
We have lived this dream before. 1,000 times. In 1,000 places. It chases me across the dreaming. Some places in the autumn world still have the taste of home. Of summer. Like here. Yes, I am a dreamer. For a dreamer is one who can only find his way by moonlight, and his punishment is that he sees the dawn before the rest of the world. Oscar Wilde wrote that. And I dream it will not be like the last time. Or the time before that. Stop me if you've heard this one before. An Eshu, a Puka, a Satyr, a Troll, and a Cluracan walk into a bar to earn my undying gratitude. Ready to go? Hi, everybody. It's starting with this chaos, as always. I'm so glad to see everybody. Welcome back to Changeling the Dreaming, Undying Gratitude. I'm so grateful to get to tell this story again for you guys. I'm Spectre, or Michelle, and I am your lead chaos bucket. And welcome back to stream. So we're going to start with our inestimable satyr, and introduce yourself and anything you want to say before we get started.
Hi, I'm Darth Intrari. I'm playing Dom Staffier, the lovable satyr who is in a love triangle. And I'm sorry I let the gremlins out. I didn't realize they were going to cause this much problem.
Una!
Hi, I'm Ravina, and I play Una, the lovable puka that's also in this weird love triangle with Fira and
Fira, tell us about yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am Relinder, and I am playing Fila Shanae Ishu.
Awesome. Tusk.
I am Ross Zachary, and I will be playing Sir Ivory Tusk. Pleased to meet everyone again.
Awesome. And Neve.
I'm Mandy. I'm playing Neve, and I had nothing to fucking do with what just happened in the last one. I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
I'm right there with you, Neve.
I mean, I almost did it, but I didn't do it.
I stopped you.
So where we left off with these wonderful characters is they had been tasked by the Duke of the Duchy of White Trillium to find the Sandman and either negotiate with it or run it off the territory. They did, in fact, find the Sandman on the Duke's freehold, along with another gentleman, emaciated and in chains, iron chains, in a basement no one knew existed. As they started to figure out what was going on there,
Fira had a moment of clarity and gave the emaciated man water, whereupon he broke his iron chains and disappeared. When they returned to the freehold, everything is in chaos, and that's where we're going to get started. So,
clarity, that's what we're calling this.
Clarity.
I think I'm going to call it a dumpster fire because that's what it is.
I'm going to call it, I pull out my wallet and just hand my whole wallet.
Yeah, you might as well just go ahead and give that to me. You're going to lose it anyways.
Yep, I'm definitely going to start us off with that.
So, as you enter the freehold again, there are alarms sounding, and there is a call going out throughout the entire freehold that the Duke's guest, the Lady Maria, has been kidnapped. There is a whole bunch of activity happening as you re-enter the hallway you found the forbidden door in. I want everybody to roll something here to see if you pass unnoticed coming out of this doorway as you get started back in the freehold. So I would like everybody to roll a dexterity and stealth, please, with a level of 6, please.
Do I get my bonus for preternatural grace?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Four.
What was the difficulty?
6.
Okay.
3.
Okay.
5.
Excellent.
2.
So between all
1.
of you, there's enough chaos in this hallway that you all pass unnoticed. I'm taking a average of your scores across the board. You are a sufficiently large group that looks like somebody else who's also confused by the alarms. Tusk, you hear the all hands for the guard unit being rung.
Okay, I'm gonna hate to do this, but I'm gonna basically stay with the group that I was assigned because we caused this mess.
Okay.
Looking at the issue, just evil staring. Wait, I told you not to poke it. I told you not to poke it, and we poked it,
You came along for the ride.
and now I'm regretting it because the satyr got my wallet. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. There is a loud yell from somewhere else in the freehold. Una, you actually recognize this because you've been close enough to him at this point. This is definitely the sound of the red cap being very angry somewhere else.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, what?
What is it?
It's the red cap. It's the red cap.
Oh, this just got way worse.
With the
This-
tongue and the
Okay,
rabbits too. In this moment, Una is gonna freak out and go bunny shape.
Okay. So Una turns into a bunny, which point she is just a bunny. She is a brightly colored bunny here because she is in the dreaming, but she is a bunny.
You
Need to pick
okay
her
down
up.
there, little one?
Neve's just gonna scoop her up and shove her over her shoulder. Where are we going? Come on. We need to do something. We can't stand here. I don't want to get in shit today.
Okay. So the next thing you hear as this is going on is the sound to lock the freehold down. There is a booming voice that demands that the gates be locked. Now, Tusk, you would recognize that there's enough security protocols in here that this is a magical effect that keeps the freehold under control. It is not a just we locked the doors and we can unlock the doors whenever we want to thing.
So, if we want to go, now is a good time to go, or we're gonna be trapped here.
Let's go. We need to find this man and Lady Mara and be done with this.
Okay. So if y'all are headed for the gates, there are Tusk and Dom, you know there are two ways out of the freehold at any time. There is the front door, which will lead you back out into the mortal world, and there is the back door, which will lead you further into the dreaming. So just keep that in mind while you're going, where are you headed to?
I say we hit the back door. They'll be expecting through the front.
Okay.
I never had a problem with the back door, so
So the dreaming, there are some risks to going into the dreaming. Everybody would know this. You are going farther into the magical effect. You risk madness when you do this. So just be aware of that. As you head towards it, you're going to go through the workshops of the Duke and the Knockers.
Before we go through that, I'm going to have the little horse spirit get in my bag.
Okay. The little unicorn.
To keep other eyes off of it.
All right. It likes you. It'll get in the bag. It's also a little scared of all the people trampling around it.
I'm going to look over you, little one. We will get you somewhere safe.
So you have a little tiny horn that's poking out of your bag right now.
I'll put my shawl over it so it hides it.
Okay. I want everybody to roll me either an intelligence plus, I think, security, or a manipulation plus empathy here to try and get through the crowds as you head for the back door.
And if we don't have either, storyteller?
Roll a dice.
What's the difficulty?
It should be your 6 because you are all still changelings in a freehold, and there is enough chaos. Great. 1. Vera, how many did you get?
3.
Cool. All right. So you do get some odd looks as you pass through because most people are headed towards the throne room in this time looking for direction from the Duke at what's going on. So you are going against traffic, but no one's stopped you yet. And I'm going to roll something in the background here.
Yeah, this is subtle, guys. Real subtle.
Una is just kind of snuggled against Neem's neck. You've got the little bunny twitches and everything going on.
Okay. If anybody wants to roll a perception plus, I'm trying to decide here. Investigation here. I have a threshold already, and it's above a 7, please. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Everything seems fine. You continue.
Great.
this is fine. This is all fine. We're all fine. Everything's gonna be all right.
Right? Yeah, we're fine. We're doing a special mission for the Duke right now.
Yep, absolutely.
And that is to secure the back door.
Yep.
And make sure all the back doors are secure.
Cool. Everybody who got 2 or above on that perception thing, as you go as you're heading towards the back door, you see a figure you've not recognized before. Tusk and Dom, this will be more recognizable for you because you're aware of who's in the Duke's household in most times, but you also are aware there are guests here at this point. There is a large tree-like being that is emitting a very sweet scent that is rushing towards the Duke's audience chamber as well. You've never seen that before, but you are also trying to make it to the back door as well.
I'm just gonna move aside, let the tree keep walking, and make sure I've stayed out of the side and just not.
Okay, cool.
Like I belong.
You just, I'm telling you it's there. All right, so you get to the back door of this. Now, going into the dreaming does cost you some glamour to get into it because you are not, it's not a place that mortals are supposed to be. So it's not a place your body's really super like going, even though the other half of you is rather happy with it. So I'm going to need everybody to roll me a stamina and a, oh Lord, I'm going to go with kenning, please.
Can I activate my ceremonial tattoo for this?
Yes.
Thank you.
Difficulty 6, storyteller?
Difficulty 7, you're going out of the freehold.
Three.
Awesome. everybody with 2 or above is able to go out into the Dreaming. Now, the Dreaming is a wild place. Yeah. So you going out there is going towards imagination, if that makes sense. So it becomes even more wild and crazy than what you expect in a freehold or in the near Dreaming, which is where the freeholds would be. You see tree spirits. The sky is pinks and purples out here. It's not particularly threatening because you're still close to the near Dreaming here, but I need everybody to roll me their willpower here so I can check and make sure that y'all are not going crazy.
Current willpower or normal willpower?
Current willpower, please. Everybody with 2 or above will succeed.
Oh no. Dom.
Dom, this feels great out here. It's, you really wanted a chance to kind of let go of yourself. I mean, it's been stressful. Fira has been all over this rash guy, and, now he's gotten you all into trouble, and it's feeling really, really bad for you. You are emotional right now, and you will take penalties to try and constrain those emotions at any time. So you will have to spend willpower to constrain your emotions right now. All right. So as you get out into the Dreaming, you hear a booming voice, and it echoes over the entire Dreaming that you can hear from here. And it says, "Welcome, children. It has been a long, long time. This is my freehold now. And I will bring back what I lost."
Why don't you come say that to my face, you big, dumb, stupid idiot?
And the door behind you
Dom.
to the freehold, if anyone attempts to open it, is now locked to you. So y'all are going to have to find a way out of the Dreaming that isn't back through the freehold. Fira, you were the closest to him. That's Kashe's voice. Your unicorn's not super happy, but is still in your bag.
So, nearest door, first door we find. Let us open. I say we take it.
Okay.
Yep,
So-
nearest door is best for us.
Can I find a path with the wayfaring?
Probably. Let me pull up your wayfaring stuff, and we will see what you got. So, you will, if you succeed at this, you will regain willpower if you need to, Fira, because this will be a daring escape for you.
Okay.
Let's see. Your you can use serendipity to reorient yourself here.
I would like to do that.
Okay. When you use serendipity, you reorient yourself based on what you understand about. Now, the Dreaming is a weird place, so it is based on the imagination of places more than it is based on northwest, east, south directions. Okay, so what you are looking for is something nearby that is tied to a very strong memory that is tied to the real world. So something like PJ's Pub is actually a good place to look for that type of thing because it has a very strong collective consciousness in the mortal world of what it is. Other things that would be good to look for are things up here like Castle Loma, which have good history around them. Battlefields are a good place to look for anything that you can remember in your history. So if anybody wants to roll an intelligence and lore, you can probably figure out something nearby that would have a strong resonance.
What's the difficulty, ST?
Probably 7 at this point.
I botch.
Okay, you have no idea. You're pretty certain that you remember some tales of that daycare, and you really think you can find that daycare because the little girl knew you were a bunny lady, and clearly there'd be some sort of access there. That's what you think during this time.
You go to the daycare, but I think we're fucked. That's what Neem hears in her ear.
You're pretty certain the daycare is not a good place to look for, Neve. You would probably try to find PJ's pub. It would be familiar to you. It would have, in the Dreaming, it would probably have a resonance of a lot of alcohol, a lot of fights. You're probably looking for something that resembles like a boxing ring or something like that, because that's what PJ actually is as compared to what he looks like on the outside. How many did anyone else get?
0.
Great. Zeros, you just give up and don't know. You're like, great, history's not my strong point. And 1, you're looking for the resonance of something strong, so you're racking your mind to remember whatever you can of the history of Toronto.
I am willing to take suggestions.
PJ's pub. Let's go. We can fight there too.
So, you start out into the Dreaming. You're not the only things out here. There are hazards in the Dreaming, and you are also aware that there are changelings who get lost out here in the madness, so you are going to have to be careful when you transit through here. It's not necessarily that they are totally against you, but it is pulling your changeling nature farther into the Dreaming, farther into pure imagination, and if you lose that, you will not be able to find your way back into your mortal seemings. So please be aware as you keep going through this. Neve, you have some idea of what direction PJ's pub would be. It's not really clear in terms of go left here, but you have a strong connection with PJ himself. So you know that codgy old bastard would have a way in and out of his pub that people didn't have to find him instantly, and that he could access the freehold from without having to transit through the mortal world. Now, is it dangerous? Absolutely. But you are pretty certain he would be that kind of person. So you are looking for a trod that has some use to it and is fairly close by.
All right, so I know PJ's got to have some way in and out of here. I know the way that he feels, so it's got to be close. We might as well start looking, right?
Mm-hmm. So as you start transiting through the Dreaming here, the trees of the freehold translate out here too. They are the giant trees that you saw on the way into the freehold when you first access it. There are also instances of the white trillium flower all over the place here. It looks very peaceful comparatively. It looks beautiful. It looks like what this place imagines itself to be. It is a representation of everything Ontario would think of itself as a collective consciousness. As you start looking through it, you can see the brown fences that are not necessarily perfectly taken care of, but are beautifully aesthetic in the distance in the field. You see multiple paths leading in and out of it. And when you start picking them out, some of them are just little pathways that are through cracked pieces of the fence. Some of them have gates. Some of them have obviously been worn back and forth, but haven't installed a gate. You're pretty certain that the gate installed would be something that the duchies would probably use to transit people back and forth. So something like that would require a fair amount of glamour, and that's not something that people would be able to invest in finding your way through the Dreaming here. You're probably looking for one of the paths that has a fair amount of wear, but also isn't just where somebody just wandered off into the darkness to see what was out there. So probably not hopping the fence.
You know, we could just stay here. I mean,
No.
Nobody's looking for us. I mean,
I am not staying here. That sounds super boring and not fun at all. And
That guy sounds scary.
yeah, and
As
we
you
should-
stand
Can I
here-
determine which path? Are there
Mhm.
multiple paths here? Can I determine which path is the most worn?
Absolutely. Also, if you wanted to tell yourself a story of how these things came to be, you might be able to pull the threads together to figure out which one to go
I
to.
will do that. What should I roll for that? Tailcraft?
Use your tailcraft, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it really doesn't seem like a bad place. I mean, it's so pretty out here. We could just stay here and nobody would be looking for us.
What would be my realm for that? Being that I'm doing it for myself.
I'd go Fae, because
Fae.
you're trying to figure out your own connection to this place.
What is my
Una also
difficulty?
6. You should be fine doing this. It's not a big deal.
Una feeling safer is going to shift back. She isn't telling me that she's doing this though.
Oh fuck! Damn it, Una!
Yeah, that's enough. You have a solid shading of color in your story. So as y'all are standing here, Fira starts telling herself the tale of how to get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful story, and y'all are all entranced by it. Fira, what you notice about this is that Neve has a color, and there is a color leading out of here that is similar but not the same. It has that kind of Irish feel to it. Like the more you look at it, it's that glittering green gold.
Did I notice it on PJ when they fought before we left before our adventure?
Yes, that would
Okay.
be rational to assume here.
Okay.
It feels like there's a connection there, and while Neve's color is not the same, it has
Similar.
right, exactly.
Mhm.
Also, as you're standing here, the sky is going dark. So this beautiful pinky purple sky that isn't real in any sense is going black, and in the distance you can hear the cackle of what you would consider to be a witch in like TV media type thing.
Perfect.
To hurry.
Okay, so based on the story, I now have a path that I feel confident about.
Everybody wants to go with her. Also, Una's now a bunny again, and she's very brightly colored now, like even more than she was in the freehold.
Okay, so I suggest we do not wait here or cross fences. I know the path we need to go. It will lead us to PJ's. Let's do this.
Kind of like you knew to give that thing water.
That thing compelled me to give it water. Do not pick fights you cannot win.
Not
Where's
picking a
the
fight,
fun
I'm
in
just stating the
that?
obvious.
Can we go here, please? I'd rather not be here when...
Let's not waste time bickering. Let's get to safety.
Cool. I'm gonna roll something to see if he gets out here.
Tusk is drawing his sword, so...
Cool. So as you head out of this one path, and it's easy to pass through the fences here. They're well-worn fences, but again, this one has a solid gap between them. And you can see as you pass through it that the scenery changes from this beautiful flowered, treed landscape to a more twisted path. There seems to be more confusion out here about what this place is. Bits of flickering images can be seen changing, certain plants grow and recede. It's very much what it is to go into the dark forest and not know what's in the forest. It has that kind of feel to it. All of you see this, and Fira, you definitely see this. You see Rashid come out the back door behind you, and he calls out to you and says, Fira, where are you going?
Oh, it's that asshole again.
You are mad, Dom. You are mad. If he keeps
Going to
talking-
get a drink. Care to
Oh.
join?
Possibly. You don't have to run. You
If
could
we don't
say.
go fast, the beer might run out.
True.
You could stay.
There's no beer here.
I have
I
met.
wasn't talking to you.
I have met what lurks. I'm not inclined to give it my company.
Oh, but you see, that's where you're wrong. But fine. I'll come with you. I'm thirsty. And he joins you.
Okay.
So, I need everybody to roll me a stealth roll here. So your dexterity and your stealth, please, because the forest isn't inherently hostile, but it is dangerous. And it's a difficulty of 8, so it is... Okay. And...
I
Tusk.
botched.
Oh god. Okay. Remember when you botch, you can re-roll some of yours if you spend your...
Your
You
willpower.
botched. Yes.
I honestly, he's so frustrated that Rashid has joined them. He's not even thinking about it.
Okay, so everybody seems to be pressing down this path as well as they possibly can. As long as you stay on the path, it seems to feel pretty safe to you. There feels like there's some sort of power imbued in staying on the path. Dom, you're mad. You're just so mad. And Rashid is here, and he is a smug bastard. He looks smug. You can feel him looking smug. And you either want to do something about that or get away from him as fast as possible. And as you're trying to find something else to concentrate on, you see some glittering light out in the forest. And it looks like way more fun than whatever's going on this path. It is a light blue bobbing light.
Dom is going to be enamored by it, and he's going to start toward it.
Okay. As you exit the path,
Villar's going to try to reach out and grab him.
Cool. So
Una's doing the same thing. There's like a bit of a beeline. And I'm kind of picturing that they both kind of reach for his hand. And it's this weird kind of...
This is where they both botch and hold hands.
So in strength and actually alertness for this, so because it's a reflex.
I'm sorry, could you
grab-
repeat that? You cut out.
Sorry, can you roll strength and alertness, please?
Yes.
And then Dom, if you are resisting them, which I assume you are, is dexterity and athletics. Or dodge.
What is our difficulty?
It will be a 7, because you have to notice him doing it. Cool. Great. So he evades both of you because...
we end up holding hands?
Well, there was a moment where you thought that was going to happen, but, Una, you jump away because it's Fira, and it's not ideal.
Are we trying to stop him?
Tusk is gonna grab him.
Okay. Roll again, strength and alertness, everybody who wants to try and stop him.
Una is visibly perplexed by this. She actually shouted his name.
Mm-hmm.
I was just making sure that everybody was on the board with that.
Instead of... Well, actually, let's see what happens with Tusk.
Mm-hmm. Also, Tusk is very tall out here.
Yes.
Like, very tall. Yeah, you grab him. Tusk, you see everybody try to grab him, and you just, get your arms around him and pick him up. And since you are so tall, you're just holding on to him while he struggles trying to go out towards the light.
Whoa, big guy! I'll give you your wallet back. Just put me down, all right?
I'm gonna fire.
Don't have to mug me.
I'm gonna firebag carry him, and then just keep walking.
Dom, it is not safe to wander off.
Not safe to be with that one either.
Rashid goes, I'm hurt. I was just trying to help.
No, you're not. Trying to help with what?
You're the reason we're in this predicament. You told her where that thing was.
Of course I did. I want her to have the best benefits I can offer her in life. And if you think that's from the Duke, you're crazy.
Are you talking like 401k and healthcare?
No, I'm talking glamour. Unlimited glamour.
Just for her, though? That's not fair.
I didn't say
It should be shared among everybody.
I just thought that,
Fira is going to be walking away down the path.
He goes, I
Tusk is
see.
following with Dom. Fireman carrying him all the way there.
Una lightly scowls at Dom a little bit with this little naughty kind of shake, and she's speeding off.
Dom, as long as you don't try to resist Tusk carrying you, you're probably going to be safe from the blue light urge, although you keep seeing it the entire time he's dragging you down this path. Okay?
I think by now Dom is fixated on Rashid because he's wanting to say a lot of snide things.
Cool.
Is it terrible that I'm picturing the fireman carry and Dom's face is like eye level with Rashid's as they're walking? I'm just making sure that I wanted to share that image with everyone.
And Rashid's just gently smiling through all of this. He is very lithe and graceful out here, and so is Vera. But the silver in his eyes is a lot more noticeable out
So
here.
is the gold in Fira's.
Right. If anybody wants to figure out why Fira's eyes are gold and his are silver, I will take rolls for that, but that will be your intelligence and Gramarye.
In the meantime, Tusk is going to ask Dom, you want to hit him?
I want to stab him with my sword.
Unfortunately, all I can offer you is to hit him.
He goes, I'm hurt.
Can I hit him?
Oh, sure. You can try. All right.
Oh, I will hit him.
Oh, Ravinia, you know exactly why this is. It's because he's not an Eshu. He's Thaline. But he's Thaline that can mimic being an Eshu to a greater or lesser extent.
She is going to slide up to Fira, and normally she doesn't talk to Fira at all. And there's a full-scale lean. You know he's not an issue, right?
What?
He's not. He
Fira
can mimic.
Fira takes the shawl off and drops it to the ground.
He goes, I did put a lot of effort into that. What are you doing?
She's going to keep walking.
Okay, he'll pick it up. He's like, fine, more for me. He'll put it on, by the way.
I'm sure he does.
And she kind of rolls back after
And
she told.
but before you leave, Fira just whispers, "Thank you."
Anyways, Neve, you hear it first. You hear the sounds of a fight, but not like an angry fight, not like a war, but like a rollicking fight. Something that you really resonate with.
Guys, do you hear that?
Yes, you can hear that. You can hear it, and you know it's directly ahead of you. It reminds you of home. It reminds you of safety. It's a fun time. It's what you really enjoy. And as you come,
let's go.
as you come to the end of this path, you find a group of what appear to be Cluricons, all in a tumble, laughing and hitting and drinking. And you see PJ, or at least, you know, the larger-than-life version of PJ in the middle of it, roaring and tossing back drinks from one of his shot glasses.
I dive into the fight.
Roll me a strength and brawl, please, just to see how well you're doing in the fight.
Una is going to reach into her pocket and pull out candies, random assortment candies,
Okay.
and just throws them into the brawl.
Also, it's only a difficulty 5 on this, because everybody's on board with this fighting.
Neve getting it. Look at that.
You know, right? Tusk, you're rather impressed. This is some, like, next level brawling that's going on out here.
Does our stalker friend ever get in front of me?
No.
Okay.
I'm just gonna lean close to Tusk and be like, "Can you turn around so I can kick him in the face?"
You know what? Tusk is gonna get close and just turn around and do that full motion with the feet. And
Do the spin.
Yep, and actually he's gonna get that one. He doesn't even need to kick.
How many was that, Neve?
5.
Excellent. You are in there and you are beating everybody but PJ, who is just delighted to see you.
How close is the Rashid to the fighting?
He's still at the moving off the path there.
So he's not there yet. Okay.
Also, this has the same kind of sensation that the fenced area did for the freehold. This is an intentional space. This has structure to it. This has history to it. It feels a lot safer than the darkness of the forest y'all just wandered through.
If Rashid gets close enough to the brawling, I would like to intentionally misdirect one of my hits to be at him instead of at PJ.
And I'm hitting him literally with Dob.
Okay, so everybody who's trying to hit, well, technically, Neve, I need you to roll something that would manipulate him close enough. And Tusk, I need you.
Does Tusk using me as like a force to hit him with push her Rashid closer to Neve?
It could. I just need to know what that roll is.
So going to, if he gets close enough, she's just going to accidentally slide her rollerblade out to where he might trip in.
I tell you what I'm just going to do here. I'm going to roll a dodge for him, and everybody do what you're going to get him into this fight, and we'll see how his dodge does. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, y'all successfully get him out into the fight, because while he did not botch, he did not succeed either, so whatever y'all are doing will be successful.
So, does this count as brawl or melee?
Yes.
Improvised
Yes.
person?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to use melee.
I'm gonna use dexterity and athletics to trip him so that he falls, so that this is part of the process.
Okay, so...
Does he have any weapons on him?
You don't know. No one's checked.
Does Mighty Blow Storyteller come in for strength?
Sure. Again,
Cool.
he did not succeed at all, so,
Depending on the difficulty, it might be 5 successes for me.
it should be a 5 at this point with all of you in on it,
5.
so, yeah.
Oh,
Great.
it's
2.
6.
Great. So basically what happens at this point, Farah, is you see Tusk turn around with Dom, smack Rashid with Dom, Una stick her roller skate out, him go tumbling into the middle of this mad Clericon fray, and then start getting pummeled into the ground by just... Well, you don't know if they're angry Clericons, but they're certainly flailing Clericons, so there's just a lot of ow, ow, shit, ow, ow.
Feeler will walk up, just on the fringes of the melee, and say, Rashid, that is what you get for lying to me and setting us up.
There's a muffled objection, but then it's buried under blows again because he's just clearly at the bottom of the pile, and so you see his head pop up trying to say something, and then it gets buried again by Clericons.
Una's gonna slide back and pretend she wasn't involved. That's what she's gonna do.
Wait, did I accidentally hit that dude? Oh, I'm so sorry. I was trying to turn around Dob to see the fight.
So as he's saying this, Tusk feels his wallet go into his like pants pocket.
Also, Dom, you can still see the blue lights, but you feel less attracted to them here. There seems to be some sort of barrier once you're within PJ's space here, so you can see them out in the forest, but you don't feel compelled to follow after them. So if Tusk puts you down, you don't have to start running back into the forest here.
You could put me down now, big guy. I don't feel like I need to go to the rave out there.
Okay, I'm just going to drop him on the ground.
So you are unceremoniously plopped down, and eventually PJ comes up and laughing and pulls Neve out of the scrum and goes, "Hey, girlie, what brought you out this way?"
Oh, just got locked out of the freehold, and now we're going to go back into the real world now, okay? Just let us through.
He's like, "Okay, no. You know I'd do anything for you, girlie. But you got locked out of the freehold."
Oh, not on purpose. We walked out and then they locked the door. We were just coming to fight, but then we couldn't get back into the freehold, so we figured we'd come to you and fight and drink and.
Does this place have chocolate milk?
He goes, "No, but I do have a drink for you, girlie. Well, I might have some Baileys."
Do you have any Kahlua?
He goes, I bet we could create some out here. give me a second. But but I need you to roll a manipulation and subterfuge, Neve, because he doesn't believe you. He likes you.
Am I
I'll
still
take my
under the
one
effect
die.
of? Am I still under the effect of my emotions right now?
Oh yes, the entirety you're in the dreaming, and you either must, if you feel a strong emotion here, you're gonna express it, or you're gonna take your willpower damage.
That big stupid idiot your friend's punching on, he caused some frolic in the castle and he caused some trouble. He needs to get his butt beat. Really good.
He goes, "There's trouble in the freehold." He turns on Neve. He goes, "I recommended you thinking that you would get the Duke to be friendly to me because I kind of started a fight with one of his favorite courtiers." And he starts getting like quieter and more kind of like, "No, I didn't do it. So, I said that you could fix it, but now what's happening, Neve?"
Oh, I didn't do anything wrong. It was Fira.
It was not her fault. It was definitely Fira's fault.
But be that as it may, there's a really, I'm assuming he's powerful. He didn't hit us or try to do anything to us. He just kind of like smiled and then ran away. But then he like said some really threatening things.
He goes, was that the voice I heard?
No, that was me. That was me yelling.
No, it wasn't.
No, I told the big stupid idiot to come fight us.
Oh, you did that, but no.
Oh, oh, yeah. So there might be a big guy coming. We don't know how much he doesn't like threats. So.
He goes, "Ugh, okay, come on." And he goes, "We'll get you some chocolate milk, bunny, and Kahlua. Well, at least the mortal world has Kahlua, so come on." So he drags you out of the clearing. At least he drives Neve out of the clearing. Everybody can follow him. There's a door to what looks a bit like a hobbit hole to some extent. It's a grassy knoll, but it has that kind of warm, inviting feeling where you could sit out in a rocking chair here and watch the fight, or, sit around and drink and smoke. Rashid is still under this pile. He is doing his best to get out of it, but he is having a rough day, and he leads y'all through the door there, and he's going to spend glamour for you. So when he opens the door, you see PJ's back room in his pub there, and you can pass through to the mortal world there.
Oh,
Hey, PJ, can I use this door?
No.
Why not?
He said, "Girlie, it's not like it's all fun and rough and tumble out there. I mean, sure, that's my backyard, and I like my backyard. But not everything out there is my backyard."
Well, yeah, but I could just play in your backyard. That was like the best fight I've had in weeks.
He goes, "Okay, well, I can take you to my backyard, but when I'm not in my backyard, it's not exactly as safe as it is when I am, because it's my backyard."
Okay, I'll only use the door if you take me out there.
Cool. As long
She's
as we
lying.
understand. Yeah, I know. He doesn't care.
He probably knows too. He's like, yeah, well, I can't control her.
Exactly. You'll find out the hard way, and then you'll go through the back door with him the next time you find out the hard way. Anyways, who all is going with PJ and Neve into the pub?
I'm gonna go, but before I leave, I'm gonna set some money on the side of the fighting ring, hurt him real good, and then leave.
Okay. When you set the money out there, it doesn't look like Canadian dollar bills would. It looks like gold coins out here. It's the imagination of money, and it's an imagination of money in a Cluricon space. Are you going through Fira? I'm sorry, I didn't see that.
I'm debating.
That's fine. Well, I'm assuming everybody else goes out there. While you debate, you are getting a really fine, presentation of the shit being beat out of Rashid. You also kind of know he's just kind of taking it to some extent, too, because the Cluricons don't have any pressing reason to hate him. They're just kind of wailing on everything. Mm-hmm. So he figures if he lets everybody...
If he rolls with it, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know that about him. So he's also wearing your shawl.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
So you know that. All right. Everyone else
I'll go in.
Okay. So everybody else goes in, everybody goes into the pub. It is it's a relief to go back. Dom, you don't feel like you have to give in to every emotion you have now. It's not quite that intense. Also, there's not that transitional space that it is a freehold here, so it is a very shocking feeling to go between the dreaming itself and back into the mortal world. You all enter your mortal seemings again, and you feel heavy coming out again, because it's very freeing to be in that space of imagination that the mortal world really just doesn't grant you. PJ goes, okay, now I need y'all to tell me what that voice was, because there's not many things that make the whole dreaming boom, or at least significant chunks of it. And you tell me you heard that in the Duke's freehold. There's a whole chunk of not the freehold and not my house between that, and it doesn't always stay put. So understand, when I heard it and you heard it, shit has happened.
So basically, that voice was locked down in a dungeon.
Guarded by a Sandman. Guarded by a Sandman.
No, tormented by a Sandman that someone had contracted to do so.
And then Nev was going to do something silly, and I talked her out of it.
It wasn't silly. It was when I
He was-
gave him a
he was
drink
doing-
from my cup. The cup you gave me, PJ.
He was doing a compulsion on us.
Who knows? Fucking she antics.
And unfortunately, I failed to resist it. And that was quite impressive, because I do not tend to fall prey to compulsions.
Who knows?
Wait. You said she. The thing that we just released is a she.
Yes.
He goes, it's either a she or it's something worse. But most things, you want to really fuck up a she's day, you keep it up with iron. The commoners don't like it, but you really want to fuck their day? That's how you do it.
It was bound in iron in the room.
So who is paid for plane tickets to the States? Because right now, maybe this is out of our hands and we're going to go fight a she. Just a little bit.
He goes, oh no, you can fight a she, any single she. It's not, you can fight anything if you really want to. But I don't know a she who can make their voice echo through the dreaming consistently. I don't know one, not even the Duke.
He's
And I know
old.
He said it was his place now. Not...
Very old.
We kidnapped that girl.
Mira.
Yeah.
Maria?
Maria.
Mira, Mara. It's a name.
Oh, shit. That woman is bad luck. Bad luck, I tell you.
So I have heard.
Yeah.
She seemed so nice. She wanted me to take care of her retinue before her.
Bad luck doesn't necessarily mean you're not nice, lassie. Just means you're bad luck. He thinks for a minute. He goes, no. We need to find out more about this, because if it can fuck up everything out there and it can fuck up the freehold, then shit. We're not even safe here. He goes, we need more. He goes, does anybody know what happened to Maria, or do I need to tell everyone?
The whole castle was up in arms, so I'm assuming that everybody knows by now.
No,
100% lockdown.
Before what happened to Maria.
I just met her yesterday.
Supposedly she has lost 2 freeholds and her family.
This probably makes 3, doesn't it?
It's gonna make 3 if we can't fix it.
Goes.
I still say plane ticket to the States. I heard they got some
It was
good...
a little rumor I heard.
I thought you were a knight of White Trillium.
I wasn't expecting to pick a fight with the she.
Okay.
I'll pick a fight with anything else, but
So,
I don't think I could handle a she.
Tusk, you're a troll.
Mhm.
You've sworn to serve the Duke.
Yeah.
And you are breaking that oath right now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
Oathbreaker.
Akira. Yes.
Oh no.
And so you are losing your Titan's power currently. You feel weak out here.
I thought you were a knight of good and honorable intent.
Okay, I'll do this. If you guys really want to go pick a fight, then I am aboard because I will keep yous alive.
He goes. PJ turns to Neve. He goes, look, I ain't the kind for stories, but you're going to have to find somebody who can tell you the story of Lady Maria, because this ain't all started happening when she came to the Freehold. Now, this is not really a big deal. Rumor has it our Duke is related to her, one way or the other. In their history, in their current, hard to tell. She don't really tell people who they don't know. But stories of a way to come back. Do y'all know who it was you released?
I would like to try to pull it from my mind.
Sure, absolutely. You might even be able to use your tailcraft to
I was
try
thinking
and...
so.
Yeah. So you start telling the story again out loud, and everybody can see her start pulling threads from the air. They look like golden threads, and it looks like it's trying to form a tapestry.
Hang on, let me roll it. What's my difficulty?
Your difficulty is 6. You have enough information.
That is 5.
Excellent. So you remember the fairy tale of Koshe the Deathless. You do. You remember that while it hadn't been immediately apparent while you were talking in the Duke's Freehold, because there's lots of people named Maria, it wasn't Maria that people were saying, it was Maria.
Maria.
And it was mostly, and then you remember the tale of Koshe the Deathless and Maria Marevna, the warrior woman. And Koshe took Maria as his wife from her husband Ivan. And then Ivan had to go on a very long quest to bring back Maria from Koshe's land. He also remembered that Koshe had been imprisoned in Maria's house when Ivan found him.
And I also recall that it began a cycle of Maria being taken, Ivan rescuing her, and Koshe taking her back.
Yes.
So we're in the middle of a cycle that's been going on for how long?
Eons.
Okay.
Tusk, you immediately disassociate.
Okay.
The world around you fades. And you remember a golden-haired Sheed man whom you had been sworn to serve. And he is not dying, but he's gravely wounded. And you remember him being your lord and that you had been close with him. And as he pulls into his injury, he pulls out a golden light and he shoves it into your chest, and the world goes black and you wake up again.
Oh boy. That.
Did you drink too much?
No. That. I checked my chest quickly.
It seems pretty normal, but you're pretty certain that this is something that happened in your past, and you're not certain if it's still happening to you or not, but it has definitely left a mark, and now that you remember it, you think you can hear a faint voice in the back of your head.
Okay. I am gonna try to remember who this person is.
Okay, that's fair. Roll me a wits and either Grimoire or investigation or empathy, because all of those will
I'm
work.
gonna roll Grimoire.
Okay.
Difficulty?
8.
0.
Okay.
Lovely.
You hear the faint whispers in the back of your head, but they're unintelligible.
You know what? I'm gonna tell our Farah, our lovely storyteller, with us about the man. I'm just gonna start trying to describe him as best I can.
Okay. And as he tells this story to you, Fira, your mouth opens and you say, I must find the bunny and awake Ivan. And that's where we're going to go to break.
Thank you so much. We will be back shortly, guys.
guys, welcome back. And on that prophecy, we're going to jump right back into it.
You said a bunny?
You're in a prophecy, Una.
Yep. 100%. We have a buddy.
You said there. Can you repeat the prophecy one more time? One more?
Storyteller, can I? Do I recall saying it?
No, you don't.
I don't know what I said. Sometimes these things just come out of me.
They found a bunny.
Is that what was in the box they brought?
That's what Maria was bringing. It was a bunny. I know it's a bunny. I know what they sound like. I know what they smell like. It was definitely a bunny.
For certain, it was a live bunny, too.
It's live.
Well, we have to commit
The
break and
Duke
enter.
knows of the prophecy then. He knows
PJ... Sorry.
He knows. He knows. What else did I say?
That we have to wake up Ivan. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, everybody can remember that.
Wake up Ivan after breaking into the freehold?
The Duke knows that the prisoner was to be released. Maria was to be taken. And now Ivan has to be sent.
And we're just in this big, bad cycle.
But in the stories, it was Ivan who released Goche.
So then why did we release him? Or why did the Duke make us release him?
I don't know.
Roll me perception plus empathy.
Who was that?
Dom, you're the one who probably knows the Duke the most. In the
Difficulty?
6.
Or in a crit?
Sweet. So yeah, this story almost sounds right to you. But you also know that the Duke wouldn't intentionally set something to be woken up unless he had a plan, or unless that wasn't part of the plan. He's very methodical. He's an engineer. And engineers don't tend to have this whole grand schemey thing going on. They like things to go from A to B to C. And so it sounds almost right to you, but not quite.
So this is almost right because the Duke knew about it, but he wouldn't intentionally set this guy free without having a plan.
Rashid,
Or either he didn't expect something, which would be
Rashid
your
set us up.
lover.
Rashid set us up to release him.
So Rashid was part A then?
He was the variable that did not fit into the Duke's plan.
Mm-hmm.
PJ comes back with the Kahlua, the Baileys, and if anybody else asks for drinks, he's just kind of got like an arm full of drinks that doesn't really look like he should be able to carry all of that like that, but he's just handing stuff out. He's like, you're gonna need this. Like, I'm gonna need 4 of these. It is. He goes, sure, bunny. Chocolate milk. I don't know if you've ever had Bailey's. It's alcoholic chocolate milk. It is also a tumbler of chocolate milk, so he's given everybody like a solid amount of alcohol here.
Oh, Neve grabbed a mug and drank it to there in one drink.
Is there a straw? Is there like a crazy straw or something?
He goes, I mean, it's not that kind of pub, but hang on, let me see what, and he goes through and he goes to like the child's like menus and stuff like that, and he's like, these are crayons. Do you want a crayon? Then he finally comes up with, it's not exactly a crazy straw, but it is kind of like a silver straw that has a bit of kink to it, and he's like, crazy straw.
And she kind of kinks it and twists it around to where it's kind of, and in it goes, and yep.
Okay, I need you to roll me a stamina plus survival here.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
The difficulty?
6. Una, you feel great.
So
You're also have one higher difficulty on every roll right now because you're drunk.
She is literally rollerblading in like this circle, drinking this.
Woozy.
Yeah, you kind of see this weird sachet. I think she probably bumps into Dom at some point, like smack.
Like when she does, he'll like try to catch her so she doesn't fall. You okay, Cher? You acting a little different than you normally do. You all right? You might want to slow down on that.
Great. And she kind of pokes your horn.
which one?
The right one.
And he actually blushes.
You have a very drunk, sort of flirty Una just clinging off you, poking your horn, giggling, and she doesn't seem to say much beyond that. If you want to roll perception plus empathy here, I think it'd be pretty easy to notice she's into you.
What's the difficulty?
6.
So 3.
Yeah, she definitely is into you. You've been around enough people who were into you. You throw great parties.
You should probably you should have a seat and kind of take it easy. Getting that blood flowing like that milk's a little bit potent. So you might want to sit down and we talk and think this out.
As this happens, there's a knock on the back door. And PJ slips on brass knuckles as that happens because there's not a huge number of people who would come in through this back door, and you're still in the back room here that the door is attached to.
Tusk is pulling the sword from his back.
And I'll position myself right behind PJ as his backup.
PJ goes, "Who is it?" And there's no sound, or at least not. Actually, I will grant everybody a perception plus alertness roll here with a difficulty of 8. And Una, that's a 9. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
Okay.
I rolled two 10s.
This is hilarious. Okay, Fira, you hear something. It's like a whisper. And Una, you also hear something whispering too. But you, in your drunken state, are like, is it the wind? What is it? Can I hug it?
So you have a bunny that's like in your arms, Don.
Fira, it is words. You can hear them.
What are the words saying?
It's somebody trying to identify themselves. It sounds like a name, but it's very, very light.
I'm going to step closer to the door, put my ear to it.
Okay. You go. You can hear it, and it's very light, and it says, "It's the Duke's advisor. Let me in. Let me in." And it's the voice of the Slua, who's...
And I say, it is the Duke's advisor.
Oh, Patty goes, "Oh, fucking Slua." He opens the door. He's like, and there is this gaunt, because on one side is the dreaming, and the other side is the mortal world here. And it is very much more than it was in court, even with very tall, slim, almost spiderly, very Victorian dress on, lace down its sleeves and everything. It goes, "Oh, thank God." And he goes, and when you look outside, Rashid's not there anymore.
Typical.
Anyways, the Slua comes in and goes, "PJ, thank God, I barely got out of that shit." And the voice is very low, so if you're going to hear the Slua, you have to be on top of it, practically, to hear what
I
it's
am
saying.
going to be practically on top of it, because I was right there at the door. So.
Yeah. Also, when it steps through the door, it fades down a little less tall, a little less gaunt. It kind of looks like a little old woman with very wrinkly lines in their face, and still that Victorian kind of like black lace blouse and skirt. Goes, "Barely got out of there. Thanks." And shut the door. And PJ shuts the door and goes, "You never come down here. Like, there's not enough dust here for you. Like, what the fuck?" and you've never seen a slua in PJ's pub. It's too loud. It's too noisy. It's too provocative, and a lot of slua really do hate that kind of environment. You would very rarely see one here. Goes, oh God. So I'm here to tell you that, and this is all a whisper, but I'm going to try and not to whisper into the mic, guys. The Duke has fallen. And the Freehold is now under the control of someone who claims to be Koshe the Deathless. And the Lady Maria is seated by his side. Robin, her bodyguard, attempted to attack Koshe and has since been turned into a small toad, which is infuriating because Robin is an excellent fighter, if a very creepy house guest.
Cast a red cap.
Mm-hmm.
This
I
is
need
bad
to get
shit.
to the bunny.
Can you get us back in?
I should introduce myself.
You're a spider
Oh.
lady. Hi.
I have a name. It's Elva. And I've been working with the Duke for a very long time. And I knew that he intended to imprison Koshe in the basement of our... And I also want everyone in this room to know I've spoken to the door. And I know all of you were there.
Let's point out that it was... I just want to just point out this big neon sign here. Literally, that just screams neon sign that we really need to get forward this. Just put the Duke on this. This was all his, come on. What was his plan?
He goes, well, the Lady Maria ventured into the dreaming to bring back Koshe's heart, and succeeded.
Kashi's heart is a rabbit.
Koshe the Deathless is deathless, according to the stories, because he sealed his soul away in a needle, in an egg.
Then where does the bunny come in?
In a bird, in a bunny, in an iron chest.
Oh, there's the bunny. Right.
Now, the Lady Maria and her brother-in-law, the Duke, had hoped to unseal the chest and destroy Koshe and his ill luck on Maria forever. Needless to say, we failed.
Well, we're not too much help.
Where is the bunny now?
Chest is still within the freehold. If we can get back in it, we might be able to take at least his soul away from him.
Yes.
And find a way to destroy him. I don't know that we can without a powerful she or many people working on it, but we can at least.
Well, we know maybe a powerful she by this ancient story, maybe, or this ancient
Possibly.
view.
The Lady Maria is not herself around Koshe. I don't blame her for what is happening here. Old magic binds her to him, and until Ivan finds her again, it will bind her even stronger.
Do we know where Ivan is?
No, that's the problem. The Duke lost his other brother-in-laws to the dreaming many years ago, as did Lady Maria. They keep hoping that they'll be found again, but no luck yet.
I just have a weird... I'm just going to throw this weird suspicions out there. Storyteller, do we know that we get reborn and remember?
Yes, you do.
Oh,
you're not.
How this is just I'm going to sound crazy here. What about if Lady Maria is the reincarnation of the person we're looking for?
Unlikely.
It doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. You said what you remembered. Was it it was a male, yes?
Yes. If he looked like he was the king before the duke, if I'm not correct. Storyteller, correct me if I'm wrong.
He looks like a noble. You look like you were in Arcadia, though, so it's hard to tell what anybody's status would have been during that time.
Okay, I do say that it looked like Arcadia.
I am not intimately familiar. My people were elsewhere.
Tusk. I want you, because as we talk about this every time, I want you to roll me a wits plus empathy, please.
Okay, so I have 3 wits, no empathy.
That's fine. Roll your wits. And it's a 6.
-1.
Oh, good. So you botched.
Yep.
You are certain that this is all a trick, that Maria is in on this and betrayed the Duke. The only thing you can think of, and you're mad about it, because of course you're a troll, and that's a betrayal of your trust.
So I am literally gonna walk over and literally just, well, usually this is a figure of speech, but literally just flip the table against the wall.
Yep.
And start throwing shit up against the wall.
He is going to continue throwing shit until somebody restrains him, because this is a function of how trolls work. He's mad. He's just gotten mad the longer this story goes on. And
I'm probably the second biggest person in the room, but even I'm not going up against that monster of a troll.
PJ, should I stop him from destroying your back room? That's a lot of really. I'm gonna stop him. That's an expensive bottle of whiskey. Don't you throw that.
Yes, PJ's going to help you because the classes, the more problematic this is. So the clericons are going to try and restrain the troll.
I actually, my one of my specialties is if someone's a lot bigger than me, being able to take them down.
Great, use it. Add your dice to that.
Okay.
And Tusk, while this is happening, that buzzing voice in the back of your head is louder, and it feels like someone's screaming in the back of your head.
So, as he's throwing around stuff, is just, shut up, and I'm about to throw the wine bottle.
Dom will move to shield Una in case this bottle is coming toward her.
Okay.
It would probably go towards the wall.
Roll me a strength and brawl, Tusk, because you are just rampaging through this background.
Can I use the an art as I rampage? Burning Thrall, I believe, is the Dragon's Ire. It's a
Sure.
Okay, so successes on the catcher after the foe.
PJ's got 5, so between you have a significant number of successes.
What am I rolling for this art? Because it's increasing my strength.
So you're going to roll your Fey, and because you're increasing it on yourself, and your dots in the art. And
dots in the art is.
Let me pull your card.
Una is basically hugging Dom since he went in front to shield her, so she's just kind of wrapped up against him.
Yep.
We can tell that he's using an art, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
As he starts to unleash the art, it gets cold and you could smell steel in the air. How many successes? I apologize.
2. Okay.
So you successfully start your art. You are throwing things very hard around here.
It's going to be a strength roll to get them off of me.
Yep.
Strength plus 2 successes from the art is what I'm understanding.
Yep.
And what else?
So strength and brawl because you're throwing stuff around.
Brawl. Does Mighty Blows count?
No. You are in a rage. You're not trying to do anything.
So, as a satyr, I can kind of like tap into people's emotions. Mm-hmm. Can I try to use words to calm him down?
Yes.
What do I need to roll?
So for your... Okay, so you and PJ get locked in a battle. He is a tough, wiry, old grump clericon, right? So you are like flailing and throwing things, and he is just a small brick at your knees who is somehow keeping you stopped. Neve, this gives you an opportunity to jump on his back and get his arms up so he can't keep picking things up. But it is PJ who is like the impetus place.
While I'm on his back, as I can whisper like into his ear and like actually talk to him, Tusk, what is all of the emotion you're feeling right now?
A lot of anger and very betrayed. And it's that motion, of just anger mixed with betrayal, hardcore betrayal that any loyalist would give, like, anyone.
Do you feel sad because you're betrayed?
No, just more anger.
Okay.
Okay. Dom, how this will work for you is you'll be using your gift of Pan, which means that you need to create a situation for Tusk to start indulging, and you need to indulge with him. So create some sort of like outlet for his rage, create some sort of drinking game, create some sort of gambling game, and you need to participate with him.
All right, big guy. You want to keep that wallet? We're going to play that game again. We're going to go blow for blow. I hit you, then you hit me. And whoever's standing afterwards, that's who the winner is.
Tusk, this sounds like a great idea. Like, this is an outlet that really fits your idea of what you want to do, right? You need to hit something. You need to get this out of your system. You need to stop feeling this rage and betrayal and this anger in the back of your mind that feels like bees buzzing. So you would feel like you really want to go into this game with Dom, and you're going to take a swing.
Okay.
Luna has let go of him and has kind of slid back against the wall and just slid down with the.
And as Dom was saying this, he kind of boops Una's nose. If I live, we'll talk about this later.
So, does my art still come into power here?
Yep.
Okay, I need to move my art to a
You just can't use your Titan power right now.
Okay. Okay.
And you do feel a little weaker because of it. Like, normally you are lit by the strength of your oaths, but right now it feels not as...
Is Tusk hitting first, or are you hitting Tusk?
Tusk is hitting first.
Okay.
He's inciting you into it.
But while this is happening, Vera is going to lean down to the Ishu's ear and ask her if Rashid was seen in the court.
Slua is gonna look at you and be like, "Ah, yes. You noticed him too. Yeah?
Of course.
Yes, he was seen in the court. As was."
Storyteller, does mighty blows come into play with strength?
Yes, because you're trying now.
And that reroll 10s, right, on the mighty, because I got a 10, right? Or how does 10s work?
Just reroll the 10 and add to it. This is 7. As he's doing this, the Slua leans over to you, goes, Koshe took the Duke and installed next to him a Mandragoras, a night hag, a nasty, and one of the court House Baelor. He's brought his court, and among them stood Rashid.
I lean in and whisper to her very quietly, I need to get back in.
We all do.
Tell me the way.
Okay. Dom, roll your dodge, please, so your dexterity dodge.
6 successes, Dom.
Yeah.
What is my target?
You are probably, because you started this off, I'm going to give you a 6 here. You know it's coming.
Oh,
okay.
Go ahead.
Sorry. You hit him. You hit him hard. But as you do, you feel that, you feel that rage start to have some stuff lit for it. Like this is a game, and you're being suckered into it with him, and so it's not just that rampaging, gotta hit everybody and everything feeling. Now there's a goal in mind, and it kind of pulls that sense of betrayal out of you, so you can start concentrating again. Dom, that hurt. Like you can feel bones crack, kind of that hurt. Because he's 4 over your roll. You okay over there?
Yeah. You okay, big guy, or do I need to hit you?
Tusk will take a hit. See, let him hit him.
Dom is actually gonna stomp on his foot with his hoof.
As they're stomping on your foot, roll your strength and brawl there. The Slua leans into Fira and says, I can take us back, but I don't... Yeah. Do you want to dodge it, Tusk, or do you want to let him do it?
I'll dodge it.
Okay, roll dexterity and dodge. The Slua leans into Fira and says, I can take us back, but I don't know that I can open the door. I barely got out in the first place. I had to find out what had happened. Cool. He slams into your foot. Like, he slams into your foot, and it hurts, and it kind of good hurts in that way of it's concentrating. Like, it centers you. You know how to fight. You know how to deal with betrayal, and it doesn't have to be where you destroy somebody's house.
Okay, that felt better. And I'm just going to pet him on the head.
I'm going to go sit down now.
Yeah. You do need medical attention, and you will need medical attention if you enter the dreaming as well, so just be aware of that.
How much damage did I take?
You're both taking... Oh god, I hate damage in this, but I'm going to say that you're just bruised, Tusk, and currently...
I'm wounded.
You're
wounded.
Right. Slua says, I don't know that I can open the door again. I don't know.
I think I can get us in if you can get me to the door.
Okay. Slua shakes her head, and she looks very old and weary now that you see her out in the world. You suspect she's probably coming to the end of this particular lifetime. She says, I don't know that we can stop Koshe now. I don't know that we can destroy his soul, but I know we can take it from him if we're very lucky. But he said to the court that he
provide a distraction.
And she seems to be like trying to work up her courage to do this again. Said to the court that she's going to bring the dreaming back to the world. He's going to fix what happened in the shattering and merge the worlds again.
He's delusional.
She shakes her head. He's favora. Will everybody please roll me let's go for intelligence and memory, or intelligence and cunning, please.
What was the second one? Intelligence and what?
Cunning.
Kenning.
Okay.
What's the difficulty?
7.
Is that an 8 for me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're still drunk.
Yes.
I'm sorry, what was the difficulty?
7. Cool. Everybody over 2, you recognize this name. This is a very old name from before even what most people remember in Arcadia, before the Tuatha Day. This is the race that and Fira, you know exactly what this is. This is the race that lived in Arcadia that was driven out by the Tuatha De Danann. They are the Oh, I'm trying to think how to. The overlords that used to rule Arcadia, they were also what House Baylor claims to descend from. They took tribute, they took slaves, they were, at least in the stories, traditionally very violent and very strong, but also they are creatures from the before times, even in Changeling mythology. This, and Elva shakes her head. I thought not everything becomes a threat. We thought that we could stop this story from repeating this time.
Some things you cannot change.
We're gonna have to try.
We will.
She looks around.
Fira glances over at Dom. Then looks at PJ and say, "You have a first aid kit here?"
And goes, yeah, of course.
He needs some attention.
PJ goes back into the bar and he comes back in with a first aid kit. It looks like a very old, beat up first aid kit. But the funny thing is, he just starts putting band-aids on you. Like, just band-aids in random places on you. It's really kind of cute and kind of funny.
Please
He's like,
tell me somebody has some skill with this.
No, he's got this. He's like, no, I got this. And he's putting band-aids on random stuff. He's like, you're gonna feel better in just a minute, trust me. And the weird thing is, you do. It's like he's bandaging up what's inside you. But one of them has ponies on them, one of them has little fire trucks on them. He puts one right under where your horn would be, and he's like, you look great. Totally into it. Super strong. You got this, big guy.
Hey,
You're muted.
am I?
Just don't let him hit me again.
So guys, you know, like when you're like a drink and a half in and things start to like clear up in your mind a little bit?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling it.
You just had chocolate milk.
Oh no. Oh no.
It was not.
Was not chocolate milk.
It was Kahlua.
Oh,
Are you
awesome.
Even, are you even
Or Bailey's. One of the two.
you old enough to drink?
Me?
No, Una.
Yes.
What age is the bunny age of maturity?
Like 6 months.
She's fine. She's fine. Anyway. Okay. Hold on. So, hear me out. Fira had that weird, like, prophecy thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It said we had to find a bunny. Because we don't have a bunny other than Una, but you're not, like, a real bunny. But she said we had to wake up Ivan. But we don't have to find Ivan.
But where's Ivan sleeping to wake him up, though?
Well,
I think
PJ, is there anybody sleeping here?
He's like, I am not your plot quest item giver.
You're right. Sorry. Okay, so there's someone who's sleeping here that has to be, we have to know where they are because otherwise we wouldn't have to find them. We already know where they are. We just have to wake them up. So who's sleeping?
Nobody you can see.
Nobody's sleeping.
And just a point.
I guess I'll drink more.
Fira, if you want to try Tailcraft to see if you can pull more threads together, that would be acceptable in this case.
Okay, I will do that.
Una, are you okay? You feeling better?
Am I feeling better, storyteller?
Not really. You're
I'm
getting there.
feeling fine. And she just kind of pets Dom's leg.
What is my difficulty?
It's probably because you've done this story now, like you've been pulling it together for a while, so I'm gonna say the 6.
Come on, remember story.
That is 5 with a crit.
Perfect. This means you see these colors in exact detail. And as you start telling yourself the story, trying to put the pieces together, you look at Tusk. Now, Tusk doesn't seem to fit in this story at all. He's a solidly steel blue color. But there's something inside of Tusk that does. And it is a golden, bright ball of light in the middle of his chest.
Fearle is going to reach forward to touch the light.
Tusk is just backing up.
It resonates with you.
I won't hurt you.
Didn't I just...
The story you told me. It's within you.
Now, Fearle, you're pretty certain that Tusk is not Ivan.
No.
You're pretty certain.
Not you. It's within you.
Okay. Okay, this trade just went from a whole lot of crazy to literally past crazy town.
The Lord that put the light in you was Ivan.
But then Ivan's dead.
I think I get it, Vera.
What do you get, Una?
He put it in you. He's in you. There's
Right.
a bit of him.
His part of his soul is in you.
This is we're gonna trust a drunken bunny.
Hey, apparently this bunny knows more than you.
We're
Yeah,
trusting a drunken bunny at this point that literally thought. that
And a
Bailey's was
tipsy
talking
me.
about.
I mean, that's kind of what I said. We already know where you are, so if Ivan is in you, then we just have to wake Ivan up.
Tusk, you now hear that voice with clarity. He's like, God, you always were slow.
Oh, shit.
Tusk is literally gonna walk over and start fighting the nearest, probably wall, and start banging his head up against the wall. Oh my god!
There's a laughter in the back of your mind, and it's just going, ow, ow. How long are you gonna do this to yourself, Tusk? Like,
Somebody else could stop him this time.
Tusk, giving yourself a concussion will not stop this train from rolling.
also, as you figure this out, you are aware that Tusk is a vessel currently for this. Y'all have enough clues to figure that out. He probably can access Ivan, and he is at least awake enough for Tusk to hear, right? But long term, you're probably going to need to find him a vessel he can act in, not just Tusk's body, because Tusk is going to want to do some of his own things eventually.
Oh, Fearle has an idea.
Well, now that I got literally dual personalities here, and literally he's just gonna say out loud, "What's up? How you been?" Hanging out.
He's
And
like,
how long?
This feels like not useful right now, Tusk. Like, we gotta go back to the Freehold, and I've got to find a lot of shit. Like, I need my horse, I need my eagle, I need to get Baba Yaga out of there, because if he's got his whole court there, I need her. But she's also a night hag, so y'all have fun with that.
Okay, so what I need is a horse, an eagle, some lady named Baba Yaga. I think I said that wrong.
You got to
And-
be fucking kidding me.
Baba Yaga?
Yep.
And
Kill me.
he just starts going
I
on
look
this.
I look at the Sluha and say, "Is that the night hag he has?"
The Slua's like, I've never seen Baba Yaga, but I've heard the stories. Lady with the chicken leg eats children. That Baba Yaga.
Indeed.
In Tusk's mind, he's gonna ask his newfound friend that has been with her for a crazy ride. Where do we find this lady with the chicken leg?
He goes, Ivan's like, this is not important. You are not going to be able to fight Kashe. You, specifically, are not going to be able to fight Kashe Tusk. We did this last time. It went badly. No. What I want you to do is go in there and get his stupid soul so we can stop doing this. Also, maybe find me a body. That'd be great. Can we find me a body? Also, nobody else can hear this except Tusk, so Tusk is just talking to himself.
So, we still need the horse, the eagle, and the bunny.
We'll worry about that later. Soul first, body. Soul, body.
Hey, if I'm going down in a place of glory, I'm going down with a horse and an eagle.
Has he drank anything?
No,
He drank a
hasn't.
lot.
He has lost his mind.
There's something weird happening. Do you think that maybe Ivan's awake? Like in him?
Makes sense if he's talking to himself like a crazy person.
And
Hey,
Ivan's
Tusk?
like,
Tusk? Tusk?
Mm.
Who are you talking to?
Oh, good news. I found Ivan.
You were right, me.
He lives in you.
Yeah, apparently, and what he says is we need his horse, his eagle, his Baba Yaga.
You are presently his vassal.
Yeah, it's kind of weird having this old dude in the back of
he
your
goes,
head.
okay, well, we're trying to take on too many tasks. We did this before Tusk. Too many
We
tasks.
need to go to
Soul,
the freehold.
body.
We need to get the box that was brought to the Duke.
Big box with the bunny in it.
I look at the Sluha and say, please lead us.
Oh, he did say we definitely need to get that box.
Yep. Okay.
Oh,
We know
Already
where the
2
box
steps
is.
ahead of
Let's
you,
go and
darling.
do that.
So, PJ's like, do you want me to come with you, or do you want me to hold shit down here? Because, like, I'm up for some punching, but, like, not very sneaky, Neve. Like, you know this about me.
If you come and I won't get to punch anything. You'll just do all the punching instead of me.
Good point.
Una is using Dom's pants, whatever his seaming is.
He
to
doesn't
pull-
wear...
Your pants.
to pull herself up. So there is probably an appropriate butt grab in there as she pulls herself up from her sitting position.
Oh, Lord. So,
Let's go.
So Elva opens the door again, and you see the same delightful fight going on out there. It seems to have like a rolling group of people. There's 3 or 4 other Clurcon out there having a smoke and a drink, and they wave at you like, we're gonna have a fight? You kind of have to shake your head because you have shit to do. And Elva is just ignoring it because Elva, particularly in the dreaming, is even creepier than she looks in real life. You definitely feel the sense of the Slua being those stories that were meant to scare children. They're not bad, they're just creepy. And as she walks towards the forest itself, she looks more like she belongs there than in this bright, airy, happy fight land that is going on out here. But the other thing everybody notices as they come in is that the darkness has rolled over the sky here too, and you can still hear that cackling of the Night Witch in the distance. And
I think that's Baba Yaga.
And the forest looks darker and heavier than it ever has. It's more like the areas in the farther dreaming are getting closer as this keeps happening. And you're changelings, and you are familiar with imagination. You're familiar with all of the things that can be when you take them to their farthest limits of what's in your mind and not what's real. So the dark, creepy forest is now becoming more dark and creepy. There's becoming less rules to it because it is the epitome of a dark, creepy forest. And the path itself, you can see the vines trying to
creep up to the edge of it, so that safety you felt on the path before is not there. And I need everybody to roll me a perception and alertness, please.
So as I'm looking around, I'm gonna say, okay, creepy voice, Ivan. Let's see what you can do, buddy.
And it's going to be a difficulty of 7 for everybody but Una.
1.
Dom, you're familiar with this now, so you and Fira. And
3 with 2 crits.
great. So Dom and Fira, you are fine. Everybody else, I need you to... So you see, not the blue lights this time, it's not a will-o'-the-wisp. You hear howling in the woods, and you feel the eyes of forest beasts on you, and you get the urge to panic and run.
Stay close, everyone. Stay close.
And
We are safer together.
And everybody who is having trouble on the path, I need you to roll me, wits and survival.
Does my specialty instinctive help here?
Yes. You are a small animal, you know how this works. Same difficulty.
-1.
Oh god.
3.
Okay, Una, you know this is in your brain. Neve, you're still you feel frozen in terror here, and Tusk, you attempt to charge off the path to get away from that sense of...
I tried to trip him.
Yes, you can roll a dexterity and athletics. In the back of your mind, Tusk, while you're feeling this panic and this sense of being washed, great. And Ivan is railing at you.
Do I notice that Neve looks completely like deer in the headlights panicked?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going
Obvious.
to try to convince her to keep close and keep moving.
Okay. Sorry. Tusk, if you want to avoid Dom's thing, I need you to roll me a dexterity and dodge, please.
I will not avoid it if he is.
Great.
If I'm in fear. If I'm in fright.
Basically, Dom does a roundhouse sweep to kick his legs out from under him and sits on his chest. Hey, calm down, big guy. Calm down.
Fira.
I would like to roll charisma with my captivating with
Absolutely.
persuasion.
Yeah, that's perfect.
What is my difficulty?
Oh, she's frozen in place, so I will say a 6 here. As she's doing this, Tusk, you fall over like a felled limb. It's a thud out here. It shakes the path kind of thing because you are that big and that strong. And Dom, it's kind of like powerful feeling to have felled him and like be sitting on him. You're like, I did something really awesome. Also, I kind of wish my footsteps made that kind of bang. How many, Fira?
4.
Yeah. Neve, if you want to resist it, you can roll a wit. If you don't, you can just let it happen.
Neve, we must stay together. You will be okay if we stick together. You're muted, babe.
There's something.
It's in your mind.
It's out. It's out there. It's out there.
It's okay. We will protect each other together.
And you feel calmed by Fira. She feels like a protective space. Like, that sense is still out there, but Fira seems like a safe place to be, so you believe her.
You need to get moving or else we're gonna get ate.
Take my hand if it makes you feel better.
She'll take her hand.
Yep. Una, in your drunken bunny state, you are familiar with predators, and whether there's a predator out there or not, you know exactly what to do with predators, which is to GTFO, and that is what you were attempting to do.
Yes.
It is a good thing to do. You know to stay on the path. That's your instinctive kind of sensation, and you dash out ahead of everybody. The roller skates of Zoomy Zoomy go real fast out here, and you are trying to stay on those paths.
if you look at the roller skates, they're a lot different. They don't look like normal roller skates anymore. I don't know if any of y'all have seen Big Hero 6.
Yep.
Go-Go Hibari's
Circular.
rollers.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay,
we've got
yeah.
going on, except in rainbow colors.
And the thing about those rainbow colors as they glow up and she zooms away, it actually feels safer and calmer to follow that. That's what the dreaming should feel like to you. That's what glamour feels like. This feels like glamour. Like, you feel more powerful here than you have ever felt in your entire life right now. There is more power here than you have ever felt in the dreaming, but it is cloying, it is dark, it is creeping, and you know you could all tap into that if you wanted to, but you would have to fall over into the unseelie side to take it.
Come on, big guy. You're the one who knows what we need to do, and you're the strongest out of all of us, and you have who we need. So we're going to do this one step at a time together, and we're going to make things right. And he'll reach down and offer his hand to help Tusk up.
Ivan's like, I'd listen to the satyr. I can't believe I'm saying this. I'd listen to the satyr.
Can Tusk grab his hand, or is he still?
You're good. You've been.
Okay. Tusk grabs his hand.
I sent you a message, storyteller.
Okay.
We never talk about this. Got it? This is an embarrassment.
Talk about what?
Got it. Good.
Okay. As that does go on, Vera.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to give you something for it. Let me think about what happens there for a moment. You return following Elva back to that field. Only now the field is still flowery. It's just dark. The trees still loom over the freehold from the other side, but now they're filled with spider webs. And you hear the murder of crows above you calling. And there's another house here now. And it stands on one chicken leg. And it has a rosy glow on the inside, but it is also very clearly a witch's house. Everyone who has seen Hansel and Gretel type houses, it's not a gingerbread house, but it has that kind of feel to it. You know, whatever it is, it's dangerous and it's probably sentient. This is your experience with a large chimera. It's not threatening currently, but it is there in the dreaming at this point. Elva definitively gives it a wide berth before she approaches the freehold again. The paths are still there.
I think we might have just found the witch that we need.
No, I don't think so.
We're not going to mess with that.
We're not going to mess with that.
Ivan's like, we're not going in there right now. We don't have enough stuff to go in there right now, and I don't have my horse. No.
Wouldn't it be our horse and our eagle?
It's like, well, if I have to ride your body, I guess it's going to be your horse too, but it's my fucking horse.
Yes! I got an eagle. Woo!
Anyways.
Feeler will just give a reassuring squeeze to Neve's hand.
Vera, you're going to take on another point of glamour right now.
Okay.
You are also going to assume your right. You know what I'm going to say here. Your quest will change. And you are going, while the golden light is still there in your eyes, everyone roll me a perception and empathy, please. Except Vera, you know what's
I can't
going
see
on
myself,
here.
yeah.
Okay.
A botch.
Oh no.
Hey, Vera looks great.
She looks
Target?
fantastic.
Super hot.
What's the target?
It's going to be 6. 6 is fine.
Sorry, I missed the roll if I need to roll.
Perception plus empathy. Everybody who wants to notice.
Everybody wants to notice.
Okay, Dom, you are familiar. Oh God! Again, Fear looks
Fear is
so
hot.
super hot, so super hot. Tusk, something's wrong, but you've got somebody talking in your head, so you're
Everything's kind of wrong right now.
Yeah, Dom, you're the only one who notices, and it's because you're so close with Fira. Fira has taken on a beautiful but very dark, like she looks like she belongs here in this dark landscape again. Almost more than the Slua does, which is kind of creepy because Fira's still hot, don't get me wrong. She is gorgeous. She has that same she grace that is associated with the beauty of the Eshu. She just looks determined and sort of not angry, but also in a direction, taking from her surroundings rather than giving back to them. Everybody else, again, hot. So hot.
He's not gonna say nothing.
In Tuss's mind, Tuss is gonna go, would it count very creepily that you will enjoy this ride, or unless you're feeling the same way about this Luha? In his mind.
And Ivan's just rolling. Do this. Like, I can't. Okay. He goes, I'm so glad that you are the sable Tusk but we have some very strong magic right now, and it's very dark. So a lot of things will be tempted into very dark paths because, yeah. You're gonna hold on to that. Not grabbing everything right now. I need you to do that.
Oh, loud. I think if I hold on to that, she'll get really mad.
It's like, no, not, okay. Just get through here. And I'm gonna roll something for the Slua to see if I can get the door open for you. Ooh.
Una's just looking a little huffy and low-key jealous of how pretty Fira is now.
Neve is going to idle closer to Fira because Fira is her safe space right now, and she's hot.
Do I notice that Una seems a little upset?
She's not trying to hide it.
Yes, then yes. You would.
Dom is going to make his way over. Don't be
And
jealous.
Fira just smiles very prettily at Neve.
Don't be jealous. She tapping into something did not go for her. You're beautiful in your own right. Don't you ever let anyone tell you otherwise.
Una, you're drunk. This is the best thing that's ever happened to you.
There is a physical flail kind of happens.
The Slua turns around and stop it. All of you. And I want everybody to roll dexterity and stealth here because you're right up on this. The Slua is going to attempt to unlock the door, and depending on her successes, she will then ask you for some stuff.
Difficulty?
Okay. 6.
2 successes, 1 crit. Or 3 successes, 1 crit. Sorry.
It's still 7 for Una, right?
Yep.
2 successes with 110.
2 successes, 2 crits.
Cool.
I used my specialty preternatural grace and I got 7 successes.
Great. You are all balanced out because I'm going to take an average difficulty here. So
You're welcome.
exactly. Una, things are getting serious. So I'm going to say if you want to throw off this drunken state, because it actually feels worse out here than it does in the real world because it's magnified, I will let you burn a willpower to sober up.
Una is going to do that. This is not a good time for fun times.
So you burn a willpower and Una looks a little more serious. And fortunately for all of you, the Slua had a total success with 2 crits on her attempt to unlock the freehold. So she's going to go, oh, thank God. I knew I put that back door in for a reason. All right. I need everybody to spend a glamour to get the freehold open with her. So, to get the door open.
Or I can just knock on the door. Someone here would be expecting me.
Or we can just kick it in. Wait, I need a horse for that.
The Slua goes, yes, no. No, you can't kick in the freehold door because it's a freehold. No.
Me and Ivy took castles before, right, buddy?
I was like, yes, with an army.
Fleur is going to basically kind of bank on that serendipity thing that we have, that someone will come to the door. And she knocks on it.
Cool. Fira. The door opens, and it's Rashid. Looking a little worse for wear because he let a bunch of Cluricons just wail on him to get out of your sight, essentially. And he goes, I knew you'd come back.
Oh my god, I'm gonna hit this bastard. This is annoying.
And she just puts a hand to his cheek and says, you know I would.
Exactly. Though I am a little insulted at the moment.
Well, so am I. We can discuss the matter.
There's you. I like. And you're invited. Your friends. Not so much.
Well, we got a horse to find.
He's just ignoring you, because whatever that is, he's not interested.
She takes his arm and lets him lead her inside.
And he shuts the door on the rest of you.
Neve is still holding on to Fira's
No,
arm.
she's let go. She's let go.
Oh no, she's not letting you go. That's the thing.
All right, I will let this happen, but you are both going to have to roll something here.
Okay.
My flaw has taken over for possessive.
Oh,
yes.
You are now hers.
All right, Neve,
You
just
did it
roll
to
me,
yourself.
roll me strength and let's go for survival here, actually.
Can I do like a dex athletics to try to break free?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. If she beats your death, actually, I'll go for dex athletics or dex dodge, either one. If she beats you, though, she still hangs on.
Okay.
I like death athletics.
Right, death. Words, I can say them, I swear.
Just suits the mood right now.
Okay.
I got 7.
Okay. Neve, you try to hold on, but she slips through your fingers. She's a very skinny, powerful Eshu right now, and the door shuts directly in your face, like directly in your face, and you go bouncing backwards.
Now,
Okay.
I'm going to do something out of character here. Guys, I'm doing this on purpose. You guys can spin the glamour, get through the door after I pull Rashid away.
I still want to go find that horse. I'm more. Well, we got a horse to find.
All right. So, the rest of you are left outside, with Fira apparently deciding to side with Rashid in this moment. I'm going to come back to you, Fira, because something else will happen at this point. So, what does everybody else do about this situation?
Well, we got to find a horse.
No, we need to get in
No,
there.
we
We
need
need to
to
follow her.
Okay.
Not necessarily her.
The bunny. I meant the bunny. We have to find the bunny.
Dawn, how do you feel in this moment? Because this is a strong emotional problem here. Rashid has appeared, Fira has gone. You know what's wrong with Fira too, so you have many things happening here.
If I know you were quite enamored by what Fira did, but she gave in to this, and he like does an encompassing hand and shows the darkness. She tapped into something different. We need to find that rabbit. Then we need to find a horse. Then we
And
need
an
to find an
eagle.
eagle.
And probably someone to put Ivan into, because Tusk is being really dumb right now.
Hey, Ivan likes hanging out with me.
Dom is gonna lean down to Una, is like, he's always been dumb.
Ivan
Una
says
just
you.
kind of looks up.
We
and
were always good friends. Don't listen to them. It's fine. It's fine. I just let's get the chest. I will stick for the chest. I will go for the chest. Let's just get the chest, okay?
But the chest is in there, and literally points to the door.
Yeah, the
Yes.
chest is in there.
And Elva
Yes.
goes,
Yes.
I can unlock the door. Like, well, I can't unlock that door, but I can unlock a door. That's why I'm the Duke's spy master. Hi, I should introduce myself. I'm the Duke's spy master. Welcome. This is kind of what most Slua do in most freeholds.
Great! We got
at least a door in. We
Goes,
can do something.
it will be much easier if we all spend glamour rather than burning me out trying to open this door, though.
I'm sure that our best friend that literally just took the hotness out of the room is gonna shows up again with her.
She's not our best. He's not our best friend. She's not the hotness.
Yes, she is.
That's the first time, Diva, I agree with you.
That's the glamour. That's the darkness. While she is beautiful, she used powers on you to calm you because you were fixing to run off and get
Right earlier.
I wasn't going to run.
You.
You look like a deer in the headlights. You were going to get eaten.
I was talking about Tusk. You were scared, like Una said, like a deer in the headlights. She used that. She tapped into the darkness.
She made you feel better.
Keep in mind, Eve, this is coming from the player that literally was flirting with her like before all this shit happened. Just
I'm
want
going
And-
to pause this chaos, and I'm going to go back to Fira for a second. Now, Fira, the freehold doesn't look much different than it did before, but it is a lot quieter now. The chaos has been somehow restrained. It is also less bright, less airy than it was before. You can feel in the air pockets of resistance. This is a Duke's freehold. This is not necessarily something that would just go down without
It's not going to go
fight.
quietly in the night. Yes.
Right. But whatever has happened, the first action has happened, and now everybody has retreated to whatever sides they're going to attack from next.
While we are walking from the back door, basically down the corridor towards that room, I look at Rashid and say, I understand you are insulted, but you did lie to me, and you set me up, so you had to be punished, but I did leave you my shawl.
And he goes, my darling, I didn't set you up. I gave you a stepping stone to greatness.
You used me.
Don't we all? But
Hmm.
now, you can feel it. You can feel the glamour in the world again. You can feel what this world was meant to be. It doesn't need to be what these puny, unimaginative weaklings try to hold. I know what Kasha is. I've always known what Kasha is. You know what the tales are.
I
You
do.
know what the tales are. You don't have to live these sad lives. You can live what was once great, and Kasha will grant that. And you can join me. But we couldn't do any of that without him. And I knew your curiosity would get the better of you. It always gets the better of me. What's fun? Besides, you can stop wasting time with all the trivial little things that these little dukes want us to do, and all the mortals that want to make the world sad and boring and less what it is. Can't you feel it?
Oh, I can.
This is everything. And if Kasha must have his bride, then he must have his bride, but he will bring back the rest of it. He says, come with me. And he takes you to the balefire in the freehold. Now, the thing about balefires in freeholds is they have a limited amount of glamour, and it's parceled out every day to the residents of the freehold. It is a subject of contention. There's a lot of shenanigans that go along with it, but most good lords will attempt to at least fairly distribute what they do have. But when you get close to this balefire now, it has that same feeling that the dreaming does, and it's overflowing. You could literally gorge yourself on the glamour here and not be able to stop. You would end up, again, like you had overeaten on this, and it feels amazing. It feels like nothing you've ever tasted. Now, there does seem to be limits on it, because it seems to be contained to the freehold right now. So whatever's happening, it's not something that can happen instantly across the world. But in this freehold, it is happening.
Got you. And generally in the freehold, did I feel the sense that the glamour was stronger?
Yes. Yes. Now, this is true for everybody, including the Duke, wherever he is. But it is a darker power. It will draw you towards the Unseelie side as you keep using it.
Oh, it's very seductive.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go find out what the Chaos Babies are doing outside.
Okay.
So, are you all going through the door here? Okay. So, everybody going through the door at this point, spend your glamour. Elva will open the door for you, and I'm going to roll something for her. Unless you're looking for her, Elva, when she gets within the freehold, disappears. Okay. Now, this shouldn't alarm Dom or Tusk. You know that most Slua have very high stealth skills. They're very, very quiet. So it's most likely that Elva has just used her advantage of knowing the freehold to make herself scarce. It doesn't necessarily mean that she's not nearby. It just means unless you're looking for her, she could be around, and is probably safer that way. How does everybody else want to approach getting into the freehold? Because of course you can use stealth, you can just walk in, you can punch doors until you find stuff, you can create distractions, anything you particularly want. Just know that going through this door, you've obviously gone through a separate piece than the door Fira went through. It's not the main back door. It is something obviously that the Slua had installed for either protection or sneaking in themselves. Think Nosferatu in some ways. They're clannish, but also, loyal if you can get them on board with stuff.
Oh, the only animal that we have to find another animal with a great sniffer is the rabbit. So, little bunny?
I'm going to turn inwards, and I'm going to try and sense the bunny.
Okay.
And in that same vein, I am going to try and mooch.
Okay, that makes sense. You are going to have to roll me something to find the bunny first. So let's go for perception or wits, and investigation or Greymer, because you're either going to find its magical essence or you're going to find it by finding a bunny.
Okay. I'm going to go with wits. Instinctive, I think, should work here.
Mm-hmm.
And Greymare.
Got it.
That's 7 successes.
You definitely know where the chest is. It is in the Duke's studio itself. It's brought into the most defensible part of the freehold at the moment. It would make sense. You also get the sense of the Duke there too. He obviously hasn't fallen yet, but he isn't necessarily able to do anything about Koche. If you can get there, you're pretty certain that you at least could do an extraction, but you can't mooch from this distance.
It's too far away. It's in the Duke studio. You know where he makes his things?
Yeah. Dom and Tusk, you definitely know where that is.
Tusk pulls his sword and goes, "It's time to raid," and starts that direction.
Okay,
Come on, you scaredy cat. She kind of elbows Neef, and she...
I'm not scared anymore.
Oh. All right.
Fira's in here somewhere.
So, I'm guessing none of you are actually stealthing through this, since
Oh,
Tusk
hell
is
no.
just...
Fuck no. Tusk is not.
All right.
Starts to go like he's going to stealth, and then Tusk takes off, and he's like, "This gonna
Right,
go
let's
real bad,
zoomy,
real
zoomy.
fast."
All right, so you're going to come up from the cellars here. Right now, you're relatively okay, but I'm going to go back to Fira, but y'all are going to have to roll to get over some obstacles because you're not noticeable. Fira, after seeing the balefire, Rashid goes, "Come, you can meet Koshe. I swear."
Oh,
He's-
I've met him before.
Yeah, he's not terrible. I mean, he's...
Manipulative.
Of course, but all the best people are. And so he starts taking you towards the throne room. Now, Koshe has obviously taken the throne room. There are
Of course.
trolls here that have obviously been turned into stone. There is a frog that's just jumping around with a very, very long tongue, so you're pretty certain that's Robin. Maria Morevna is sitting in the second throne next to Koshe, who still looks like an old man, just not an emaciated old man. There are bags under his eyes, but he doesn't particularly feel threatening to you right now as you enter with Rashid. Maria just appears to not be able to speak to you, though, right now. She is not fighting, she's not trying to escape, but she does seem very still next to Koshe. It's a little unnerving compared to the warrior you met in the ballroom with the Duke. She still has that air to her, but she's not active. It doesn't feel
She's
real.
too subdued.
Right. And Rashid bows before Koshe, and he goes, "Our accomplice, my lord. I told you I would bring her to you." Koshe raises his head, and it looks like an effort to do it. He goes, "I owe you my thanks. And a boon, a small one. But welcome to your new life and your new world."
Thank you. And she curtsies.
He goes, "Charming." He goes, "Rashid, you were right. I knew there would be some who agreed with me. I've grown tired of how boring this world has become, and to be dragged from freehold to freehold, locked in a dungeon, has become very boring. Hasn't it, my dear?" And he turns to Maria, and she nods gently. He goes, "See, it's so much more fun when we're together." He goes, "Please, enjoy my court."
Might I regale you with a story to entertain you?
He goes, "A story?" He says, "Rashid, we really do have similar friends." He goes, "Please, regale me with a story."
I am going to tell what tales Fira knows of Lady Maria and
Okay.
her battles.
Okay.
Okay? I want to do a bunk with this. I want it to be epic. I want there to be magic involved with this, showing her stories to see if it brings any reaction from her.
Okay. You absolutely can do that. You're within the freehold. The golden light of your storytelling does weave together. I do believe you have some to do this with, too. Sorry, I'm trying to remember all yours.
I will activate the ceremonial tattoo.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
This is legit all my dice. What is my difficulty?
It's going to be... Because you have a purpose to this, I'm going to say this is an 8, because you're going to have to overcome the constraints on Maria.
That is 7 with 3 crits.
Right. So, as you're telling this story, and Koshe seems enthralled by it, because as you watch him, you can tell he's actually in love with Maria.
Mhm.
Like, this is why he has to have her by his side. This is a true love match, according to him, not according to Maria. And her eyes seem to shake off some sort of daze, and she watches intently as it goes by, but she doesn't really, like, fight Kashe either.
Mm-mm.
She's just awake and watching it. And then her head lolls, and you see her hand point down at something by her feet. And then she sits back up again, and that daze comes back over
Mm-hmm.
again.
I want to look at her feet.
There is a small suit of armor, perfectly detailed. It looks like somebody has taken somebody's armor and
shrunk it.
Yes. And I'm going to return to everybody else as they charge through the freehold. Now, because you guys have decided not to be sneaky in the slightest here, what we're going to do to get through this is the alarm bells start ringing as Tusk starts charging through. It is a different type of alarm than you heard when the Duke was trying to rouse the freehold. So this is obviously something that is centered around Kashe's power. What we're going to do is I'm going to set 3 challenges here with a difficulty level, and at that, once that difficulty level is surpassed between the 3 of you, then you will have made it to the Duke and his stronghold where he is holding out against Kashe and his power within his studio. It is the strongest part of what he can do, and there will be several things to go through. So the first bit, you are going to run into the Mandragoras. Now, the Mandragoras is a tree person, and it emits a very sweet smell. Tusk, you ran into this on the way out the door, and so did you, Dom. It has a lure to it, so everybody who fails against its lure will end up wound in its branches and dissolved. So the idea here is to find a way to avoid the lure of the Mandragoras, and the difficulty setting on this as a total for everyone is 6. So what would everyone like to do?
I'm going to try to use Dex Athletics to maneuver my way around.
Okay. It is a tree, so it has that root problem. It needs to sit somewhere. It is slow. So, Dex Athletics. Cool. We have 3 successes against passing the Mandragoras.
Neve is super fast and dodgy, and so she's going to be using dexterity and dodge to dodge jumping over the roots and everything.
Okay.
That's a lot of 10s.
Yes!
What's the difficulty for this?
It's a 7.
So,
I got 9 successes
Okay.
with 4 crits.
So not only do Neve and Dom manage to get everybody through the roots of the Mandragoras and onto the rest of the freehold, and Tusk, you charged at this thing, and then you were like, "Ooh, pretty tree," and then Neve was like, "No," and slammed into your back and sent you tumbling over the roots to the other side. Dom, you grabbed Una and you pulled her over with you, but Neve, you also looked at the tree and went, "I'm not scared of you," stuck your fist in it and slammed it into the far wall. It looks a little stunned because, it's a tree. You just pushed a tree that way. Also, you avoided its poison completely, and you're just like, yeah, I got to punch it. So, moving forward into the house, you actually, I need everybody to roll me a perception plus investigation, please.
Difficulty?
Pardon?
Difficulty?
Oh, difficulty. 7, please.
4 successes.
Okay.
0.
Awesome. 0. Cool. Dom, how many?
1.
Okay. Well, it's still totaled up to the 5 successes y'all needed to get through this. There is a... Una, you notice it first, and you, because you're with Dom, you stop him, and the two of you look at it together. It's a very fine spider web area here, made out of magical power. It looks like it would sap something from you, but what it is, you don't know. Between you two, you point out where the spider web is, and you guide the other two through you. Whereupon you meet the Knocker Resistance. The Knocker Resistance does not know who you are or what you're doing, but they are prepared to throw whatever they have in their studios at you and swear at you while they're doing it. They're like, "For the Duke, you fucking a-holes!"
We're with the Duke! We're with the Duke!
Do I see Hero?
Yes, you do see Hero.
Hero! Hero!
And if you would like to try and negotiate at them for not throwing their random bombs that may or may not do anything, but like, I know your tricksy ways! Don't you try to lie to me, you little shitheads! So roll some persuasion and performance, or so either manipulation and persuasion or manipulation and performance, something that gives somebody an idea that you are on the Duke's side, okay?
That's gonna be like, that's 9 successes.
Wow, you guys are doing so great this segment. Hero goes, "Ah!" And he like runs out from behind the lines of the Knocker Resistance. He's like, "I'm so glad you're okay. I couldn't find you. Fuck, Una, you can't scare me like that. Like, do you see this shit? Do you see it?"
We gotta get in to see the Duke.
It's like, holy
We
shit.
gotta get the
like,
box and get that out of here, and that's gonna deal with the fuckers that are doing this.
It's like, yeah, okay, I'll see what I can do. And he runs off to where you know the Duke's workshop is, and we're gonna leave you guys there. Good job, everybody. That was some impressive work. Fira, what are you doing?
After I finish telling my story, I get that she wants attention drawn to her micronized armor, but I am not brave enough or reckless enough to go up where the thrones are and take it. Okay?
Okay.
So I just walk off a bit with Rashid and I say, I'm exhausted.
He goes, "My darling, this'll all be over and we can have a lovely rest."
Can we
Goes.
rest now?
He shrugs. He's like, "I don't see why not. Baba Yaga and her minions have most of it under control here. Hold the Duke up in his workshop. I'm not really certain how long that'll be going on, but I can't imagine it'll last forever. I just have to get it under control before Laurel notices."
Okay.
So he goes, "My room or yours?"
Yours. I did not have a room here.
He goes, "Oh, such are the benefits of being a guest of the Duke." And he leads you farther into the freehold.
I do ask him on the way, who contracted the Sandman?
Maria. Of course Maria did.
Interesting.
Of course, she didn't care to tell her brother-in-law, and I didn't care to tell him either. It wasn't convenient, but it was designed to keep Koshe occupied this time. Of course, it didn't work. It was clever.
Indeed.
I'd almost admire her, but of course, she's to be our new queen. I suppose I must admire her.
I'm really not of a mind to stay put here. It's too cold.
Fair. It won't be long before all of this takes over and all the petty banality of the world is a shrinking memory.
Mm.
And he leads you into a room. It is definitively still in the Duke style. It has
Of
bed.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
He goes, should I rest with you?
I leave that up to you.
Says, oh, you're so charming. And he shuts the door. And if that is where you leave that, he will.
That's where I leave that.
Cool. Goes back to everyone else. The Duke is found by Hero, and he looks exhausted. But he does have a completely different sense than the darkness of the rest of his freehold now. When he comes in his mechanized glory, he still carries that air of summer around him. He is tired, but he is not broken by this, and he is prepared to try and outlast and get his freehold back. And he looks around and he goes, I suppose I should be angry at all of you, but I'm glad to see you. I suppose you did what I asked you to. And here we are. At least we know what's going to happen. This is what can I do?
Give us the box, Your Grace, and then we can take it from here.
It's like brother-in-law. Shit, he can't hear me. God, why is it?
Wait. You do? We'll talk about that later. Anyways, box.
It's like, oh, so you know about that? It's like, I hate to give it over. It's not you. It's the fact that I don't know that anybody else can get it open, and I haven't had a chance to get it open yet. And at this point, Elba reappears, and she did not join you in your charging. She obviously snuck through wherever and has risen with Your Grace. You're going to have everything you can do here to hold him off. This is Baba Yaga's house is in your yard. It's in your yard, Your Grace. And if you leave his soul here, he will take it and he will guard it as strongly as he guards this freehold. We have to get it out of here. You have to let it go. He goes, do you have any idea how many of my siblings I think are lost to Arcadia before that man? Do you have any idea? And she's like, yeah, but it's too late now. And you're going to have to hold this until Laurel can get here, or someone can help us. And it won't be you, my lord. So you got to give him the box. And I need everybody to attempt to persuade the Duke to give him the box. I will lower the difficulty because the Sklua is arguing on your behalf, but it is still going to be a 7 to get this man to give you over this box. So please roll me a manipulation plus persuasion. Great. 4.
So Tusk is not a talker. Do I gain anything for the knowledge of being his brother-in-law? Or
I will lower your difficulty because you're part of his guard. That's what I will do on that one. Because the Duke is in your head.
I hate dice.
The difficulty was
7. Okay. All right, that's still six successes between Dom and Una. Dom, you've been close with this Duke for a long time, and he is just a strong, blunt man who has steadily become a more clockwork person the longer you know him. In the real world, he's a famous inventor. He has a strong Indian family that raised him. He's a really nice person, and he's just really scared that his sister-in-law is lost forever, and he's really afraid that if he turns over this box, he will lose the ability to, and that's what's bothering him. And you come up to him and you say, and what would you like to say to him? Because it'll work between you and Una.
Your Grace, you're worried about losing your family. But if you don't give us this box, there's nothing we can do to help. I've lost family. I know what it's like. I've lost people I care about.
Una, do you say anything here?
No, I like it here, Duke. I would do anything to help.
And he looks at the two of you and he goes, oh, okay. He goes, wait here. And he comes back. He brings the box. And he says, be careful, because there is iron lining in here. And it is going to hurt to get it open. Kashe tried to keep his soul from himself. But you gotta get it out of here. And Una, if you want to use your mooch here, this is where to use mooch.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to try and pull the bunny right out.
Okay.
All right, give me 1 second to pull it up. Because I had it up, and then I thought I was going to use chicanery, and then...
Yep.
What Una is going to do, she's going to do a bunk.
Okay.
And what she's going to do is she's going to perform this weird little TikTok dance that she learned. And she just kind of stands there for a second and she goes, hey, don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
Nice.
Hey, don't touch me there. And she does it like 4 times in a row.
Mm-hmm. And the dude just kind of raises his eyebrow because, it's a puka. It's not his first puka, but it's always weird.
So, I'm getting it. All right, so I've got it. If it's going to resist, that is going to be perception and alertness.
No, I don't think it resists.
All right. And is it purely dream stuff?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to roll my ledger main with... Would that be Fey or would that be prop since it's full dream?
It's going to be prop.
Okay. Do we reroll 10s on this?
You can. I'll let it go this time.
That is 6 successes.
You feel the bunny in your pocket, nosing around.
We don't need the box anymore.
The Duke raises his eyebrow and he goes, okay. Well, and he takes the box back. He's like, it's mine now.
Feel it. It's not in there.
It's probably better if you don't know.
And I suggest we go find that eagle and that horse, because we got with the bunny, right? Take it as far as we
Ivan's like, let's just stick with the bunny. I can find the eagle and the horse. I hope Kashe doesn't have both the eagle and the horse. And no. Let's just get the bunny and get that out. Get the bunny, get out. We'll find the rest of it later. And Fira, do you want to do anything else at this point?
Has Rashid gone to sleep?
I will find out. Yes, because he didn't get any successes.
I sneak out of the room.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you take your shawl back?
I do.
Cool.
As a matter of fact, yes, I do.
All right. So you sneak out of the room. Where are you going?
Are there side passages that bypass the throne room?
Yes.
Okay,
This is a working freehold, not a...
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take side passages and try to meet up with the crew as they're working their way out.
Okay, please roll me a dexterity stealth so I know where that's at. Mm-hmm. And everybody else, you're going to attempt to get back out of the freehold. What are you going to do to get out of the freehold?
I say we not go back into the glamour, because that would be bad if minions are taking hold there. I say we hit the real world.
What's my difficulty?
It's going to be... You belong here again, so it's gone back down to 6.
Okay. That is 4 successes.
Okay.
I suggest we're a little bit quieter this time, and a lot more cautious.
But the biggest problem is to get to the real world, we gotta hit the front door.
Okay.
If anyone knows a side way out to the real world.
Vera, you make it to the front door without any issue.
Okay.
Well, maybe that's a good question for our spy. You got another door?
Elva goes, well,
To
maybe.
the free world?
Let me see.
Or for the real world?
She goes, maybe, but it's dangerous.
We literally just snuck in here.
Yes.
I don't think we call that sneaking. That was not sneaking.
She goes, fine.
We
fine,
literally just entered a hostile stronghold without sneaking.
She goes, okay, well, I can get you close to the door. The front door is the front door. It's meant to be defended, so...
Well, troops, I guess we're fighting our way out. Let's do our best.
Let's do it.
I didn't. And the slut tries to scream at you guys, but like can't because Slua can't scream. No, okay, look. And does anybody pay attention to her?
Mm-hmm. Dom's paying attention.
Goes, okay, look. I can get you closer to the front door. You don't have to fight your way through the rest of it. And then if you're trying to get out with that right now and not get noticed, which seems really useful considering y'all are trying to leave with Kashe's soul right now. Like, let's not be crazy. And she goes up and she puts her hand on the wall and she's going to use one of her bunks. Okay. And it looks like she's having a conversation with the house right now. And then as she does it, the wall opens its own passageway for her that wasn't there before. And she goes, I can't guarantee I can do this long term, but this will try to get you to the front door. Yeah. So she's going to get you through to the very front door. And how we're going to handle this is you're going to get to the front door and you're going to see Fira. And then y'all are going to roll me something to get out the front door and spend the last bit of glamour to open the door. Okay? So please roll me your perception and alertness to see if you see Fira.
Those dice are dumb, not rolling those. Okay.
What's the difficulty?
It's going to be a 6 because y'all are sheltered that long.
Every success has one crit.
I'm sorry.
Cool.
Oh, they were doing perception to detect me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Y'all-
2. No crits.
Well, that works out. Neve, you definitely see Fira. So you have found the thing you were trying to possess again. Everybody else, unless Neve tells you, you don't notice her, but you found Fira. So that's a delightful thing for you. And then I think everybody, I want you to roll manipulation plus security. And I know that's a weird roll here, but I want you to try and avoid the security at this door to get it open. Including Fira, you can do that as well. And remember, you can spend willpower.
You know what?
Difficulty?
It's going to be a 7. 3, 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a point of willpower.
2 with willpower.
Great. That is enough. That was a very high difficulty, but between all of you, you and you see Fira, and you have words to say to each other at this point. But you all recognize that if you're all trying to sneak out the front door, you got to get this done quick. And so, using your collective knowledge of the freehold, your collective knowledge of being sneaky, your collective knowledge of breaking through shit, you break out of the front door. Now, it's not particularly clean. It leaves a mark behind you, but you are out in the free world and you are back in your mortal seemings again. Una, the bunny is, well, it looks like a purple bunny.
I take it that is what we were hunting for.
Yep.
Perfect.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Ivan's like, GTFO, 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 GTFO.
Yes, let's find the nearest.
Everybody leave!
Find the nearest taxi cab and get in it.
And that, I believe, is where we're going to leave off with this story. Because y'all have successfully set Ivan on his quest. You have found Kashe's soul. And you have decided that you are going to get out of this freehold and try to stop Kashe. And I am so incredibly proud of all of you and how you got through all of this. So, this has been so much fun for me. I know it's not quite a complete wrap up, but I had
That's
so
okay.
much fun with all of you. This was great. Thank you for enjoying my Changeling stream.
Yes, I loved it.
I'm Michelle and Spectre Lafette on Twitter, and if you want to see me do more Changeling stuff, there's going to be some stuff at the end of September. So yeah, doing this one shot. Anybody else have stuff they want to say?
If you guys have
Thank you for
anything to
running
close
this.
with, yeah.
Thank you for running this. It's been a blast.
Yes,
Thank
thank you
This has been
very much.
fantastic. Wow.
Wow, yeah.
Thank you, everyone, so much for joining us for this conclusion to a one-shot that ended up becoming a two-shot. It was such a joy to have Michelle's story tell us a Changeling the Dreaming story. It was so much fun, and playing out that fairy tale of Kashe the Undying was really a lot of fun. Do join us later this coming week. We will have Part 2, the conclusion of the 7th Sea one-shot that was run last month. That will conclude on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Then we have Wraith on Wednesday at 8 p.m. All times are Eastern. And we have Ishvel returning on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern. And if you enjoy the content that we stream here at McStabber Studios, do check out some of our friends that's over in chat. And also, you can hang out with all of us here in the Discord server. We are all members of the Discord, and we are an active group over there. So join us over there. Refresh my memory. What am I missing? Oh, yeah. Check out our back episodes on YouTube. Forgive me, I'm a little tired today, guys, so I'm off my A game. And if you did donate any bits or donations during the stream, all those go to the players on the stream, not to me, because I'm married to the namesake of the studio. Shanky has to buy my shit. But all the other players get bits and donations distributed amongst them if you contribute. Also, if you like what we're doing here, give us a follow or a subscription. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription a month. And you can tie that to your account here on Twitch and give us a free Prime subscription here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, and we'll hope to see you at our next stream on Tuesday at 8 p.m.